Well, hello YouTube and welcome back to the Daily Life. Today's Wednesday, November 13th, 2013. Um, Today is a day where I think, if you do it in a way, the day has all ones and threes. 11 for November, 13, 13. It's interesting. Monday was like that too. 11, 11, 13. But anyway, it's just a sidebar. Lots of sidebars in this show. Spent 35 seconds talking about that sidebar. Today's topic for today, yesterday was the 12th. I don't think I announced that, but I'm sure you figured that out. Today's topic is driving. Now, driving is wonderful. I absolutely love it. Excuse me, I'm just going to see. I seem to remember doing a talk on driving before. Nope, I haven't. I keep a record of that so that I don't repeat myself because I don't want to make you sit through, a topic you've already seen a show on. That would be like a rerun, and those are boring. So, but anyway, driving. I love driving, as I just mentioned about 30 seconds ago. You feel so powerful when you're driving your car because it's yours. You can drive wherever you want as long as you're following the laws of your jurisdiction. You can go wherever you want. I mean, it's great. You can drive on whatever road you want. You can go to any place you want, and you can get there fast and on your own schedule and your own time. And yet somehow things go wrong. Things go wrong. People get into car accidents, and people damage cars. A lot of stuff goes wrong, but it's still, it's a great thing. The first thing I want to talk about driving, manual transmission versus automatic transition. If you saw that, it's just a pen. I don't know if you freaked out about this little blue thing moving back and forth, but it's just my pen. Wavy pen. I can't do that. Anyway, manual versus automatic transmission. I don't drive manual transmissions. I drive automatic, like 98% of the people out there on the roads. Manual transmission it's a dying thing. You don't need to know how to do it unless you're going to Europe, and even then you can get automatic for a little bit more money, unless you're cheap or can't afford it, or feel the need to go to Europe. Anyway, I don't feel the need to go to Europe anytime soon, but if you do, hey, go for it. Not my cup of tea. Driving in Europe is a nightmare. I could talk about that all day. I'm just going to talk about driving here in North America. So, driving an automatic transmission, you have 4 limbs. 2 of your limbs should be used for holding the steering wheel. 1 should be used for a pedal. There are 2 pedals in an automatic car. 3 pedals in a standard car, which really confuses me because human beings only have 2 feet. How are we supposed to operate 3 pedals? I don't know. Can an automaker, answer that? I would really like to know. Now, you drive with your right foot, but there's only 2 pedals. You want to stop, you hit the brake. You want to go, you hit the gas. This clutch thing. My lawnmower has a clutch. I'm sorry, but I don't want to drive a lawnmower. My lawnmower is manual, and I can drive it, but I don't have any inkling at all to drive a car that's manual. So that's manual versus automatic. Driving in bad weather. Where I live, we get a lot of snow. And every year without fail, people wait too long, to put their winter tires on. Some people don't even put winter tires on. But if you do put winter tires on, do it in October because you never know when the snow's going to fall. Snow fell here. Today's Wednesday, Snow fell on Saturday. The ground was covered in snow, and the place was a bumper. It's like a bumper car museum ride out there. Fender benders, collisions of all sorts. If you don't think you can handle winter driving, then take the bus. Call a cab, carpool, get somebody else to drive you. There is a myriad of other options. Just don't get in your car because it causes a lot of issues. It causes accidents, it causes people to get hurt, and tragically, some people lose their life. And I want to see less of that. So if you don't feel comfortable driving in winter weather, don't do it. Please. This is a serious thing. Please. But there's so many funny things to say about driving. People who get lost when they're driving. It's just funny. And I've gotten lost, and you gotta laugh at yourself. People don't laugh at themselves enough in this society. It's just funny. It's funny when you get lost when you're driving. You know, everybody has been in both situations. Either you're in a car, you have to stop at a gas station or ask somebody on the street, or you're on the street and somebody stops and asks you for directions. Now, females, being the smarter of the two genders, are much more likely to do this than males. Males, am I right, guys? We don't care. We think we can get there. We don't have GPS. We didn't buy a map. We don't know. We don't have a clue where we are. But we think we can get there. So we just drive on until our wives or girlfriends. I don't have a wife or a girlfriend, but if I did, this would be the way that it would go down. You know, say, I'm going to jump out of this car if you don't stop for directions. And you go, honey, you can't do that. We're going 80. We're doing 80. You cannot jump out of the car. And she'll say, I'm going to do it. And that's a very sensible thing to say because it gets you to stop. You ask directions. It turns out you've been driving completely in the wrong area. And the guy at the gas station gives you the right directions, and in 5 minutes you're there. And you just wasted an hour when if you'd listened to your significant other, you could have been there 55 minutes ago. I should take my own advice on that. But usually I drive alone because I don't have a significant other, so I drive alone and I get lost and I refuse to ask for directions, and it's a time waster, and I can't help it because I figure that I should be able to get there. I don't have a GPS. Those cost a lot of money, but I have maps and get out my map, stop and study it, and put it back in the glove compartment and start driving and realize that I didn't get anything from that. So that's getting lost. Winter's coming. People cleaning off their cars before they drive is hilarious. I mean, I one time got into the car. It was a little tiny car. I don't remember. I think it was a Dodge Neon. Yeah, it was a Dodge Neon. Got into my car. It wasn't my car. It was somebody else's car, but I was driving it that day and went to turn it on and was leaning into the car and to get something because I was going to let it warm up because it was cold that day, and I hit the windshield wipers with my elbow while my face was in the car, but my neck was outside of the car, and it was winter. There was like a foot of snow in the thing, and the snow right off the car and onto the back of my neck. Not a good day. This was at 7:30 in the morning. My day did not get any better. I remember that day crystal clear, even though it was 5 years ago. So it was funny though. It's a great story. Stuff like that makes great dinner conversation. It's just funny. It sucks at the time, but you can take solace in the fact that I got a great dinner conversation starting now. So funny. Anyway, so getting lost. What else have I talked about? Some other stuff. I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's almost dark out. Anyway, that was today's subject. I hope you enjoyed today's subject about driving. Tomorrow, as I said on Tuesday, my topic is sleeping. And on Friday, very special episode of The Daily Life. The 25th episode, a milestone episode of The Daily Life. There might just be a few surprises that day. So you should stay tuned and have a great evening.